What's going on? It's Sheev the Wise. Welcome back to Vader's Lair. It's time to get some hype. Get hyped in the chat. I hope you guys are doing good, because it's time to talk about some Obi Wan Kenobi. Fair warning, we will get into some spoilerish territory today. I want to cover some of the latest rumors and news and spoilery kind of things. Spoilers for Kenobi, the Obi Wan Kenobi show. We just got the release date yesterday. The release date is going to be May 25th. Very, very exciting. Thank you guys for being here. Smash like on your way in. Subscribe to the channel. I hope you guys are having a good day. What's up, Bobby? What up, Star Wars Obsession? I know you're probably not going to stay too long, Obsession, because you don't want to know too many of the spoilers, and that's okay. I'm going to try and keep it spoiler free for the majority of the first half of the stream. We'll see how long I can end up doing that, but yeah, I want to cover everything we know about the Obi Wan Kenobi series. Let's get into the lair. Let's talk about it a little bit. And let's talk about your guys' excitement for it. Let's talk about the fan excitement, because I know a lot of people are really looking forward to the Obi Wan Kenobi series. Let's get into it, though. How's it going, all new nerds? Let's go. Let's get in the lair. Boom. Welcome back to Vader's Lair, guys. So we're talking about the Obi Wan Kenobi series, the Obi Wan show today. And there's a lot to talk about. I mean, there's been a lot of little reports here and there over the last few months. Nothing too solid, to be honest. I feel like there was definitely a lot more scoops and leaks around the Book of Boba Fett coming into that show. There honestly hasn't been too much stuff that we actually know about the Obi Wan Kenobi series. What we do know, though, is that it is going to be set 10 years after the events of Revenge of the Sith. So it's about 10 years after Obi-Wan and Anakin's story and the fall of Anakin Skywalker into Darth Vader. Both characters are supposed to be at the height of their power. It's 10 years before Revenge of the Sith, 10 years after Revenge of the Sith, about 10 years before A New Hope. Really interesting time period. It's going to be interesting to dive into the depression and different things, PTSD, that both characters, Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader, are going through. It'll be really interesting to see Obi-Wan and Anakin in this show and what they're going through. I know we're all tired of Tatooine after the Book of Boba Fett and going back there so many times, but I don't know, man. I think we might leave the Obi-Wan or the planet of Tatooine at some point. I think we're going to get a lot of fun stuff in the Kenobi series, and I don't think we have to worry too much. What's up, all new nerds, though? What up, Star Wars 95? Michael McChar, or how you say that? McChar? How's it going, Michael? I hope you guys are doing good in the chat. All new nerds says, bro, I swear your stream music gets me so hyped every time. Hey, well, shout out to Tim, because you know your boy makes some of the best music for the channel. That guy is a goat. Obi-Wan the homie says, I'm going to bring my A game for Kenobi. This is the way. You already know, man. You already know. We're all bringing our A game for Kenobi. Joshua Mattis says, do you think we'll ever get another live action duel on the same level as Anakin and Obi? Yeah, man. I do think, honestly, we could see that in this show. There is a lot of talk about the greatest rematch ever that Kathleen Kennedy has kind of talked about in the past. We're supposed to see Obi-Wan and Anakin fight in this show, and compared to, the fight in Revenge of the Sith, both of these characters are supposed to be at their height of their powers, kind of from what we've heard. And yeah, man, I think it's possible if any show or any kind of project is gonna, top the duel between Obi-Wan and Anakin, the duel on Mustafar, one of the greatest sword fighting duels of all time, I think it would be in this show. So I think we could get something on the same level or better than the duel between Anakin and Obi-Wan. I think it'll be pretty hyped, man. All new nerd says, I don't think we're staying on Tatooine too long in Kenobi, not gonna lie. Yeah, when we get into some of the spoiler kind of things, we'll talk about that for sure. Star Wars 95 says, I almost thought we were going to discuss Boba. Thank God it's time to move on to Kenobi. Yeah, man, I think a lot of people are ready to kind of move on from Boba, if you will. I don't know, man. I am still loving the Book of Boba Fett. I'm gonna be rewatching it and giving it a good rewatch from start to finish. See how I like this show in its entirety. But I don't know, man. It is good to get the Kenobi hype rolling. Like I've been so excited for the Ahsoka show. That's probably still my most anticipated thing. But you know, as these shows come out, you gotta switch gears and get hyped for the next thing that's coming. And we don't even know if Bad Batch is gonna be coming before Kenobi or not, truly. But I will say my gear in my head is switching on to Kenobi. My thoughts are starting to get rolling, and I'm so excited for the Kenobi show, man. It's going to be freaking awesome. Proxy in the chat says, I'm going to dive into depression if they mess up Kenobi. I think we all will, man. I don't think they're going to mess up, though. I think Deborah Chow is a hell of a director. I think she did some great stuff with the episode she directed of The Mandalorian. So I'm expecting a really good show, man. I'm expecting a good time. Congratulations on 600 subs and the 440,000 plus video views. Yeah, dude, I don't know what's going on with that. Thank you for the congratulations, Ashton. It really means a lot that you guys are supporting the channel, coming to these live streams, smashing the like button, because I know you love these videos. You know what I'm saying? No, but seriously, thank you guys. You guys are the best. If you're new here, by the way, big welcome to you. I hope you guys are enjoying the streams. I hope you enjoy the channel. Hit that subscribe button if you are new. It really does help the channel out, and it keeps you up to date with Star Wars, man. We're talking about all the latest Star Wars stuff. So there were some rumors and reports from Bespin Bulletin. I gotta say, Bespin Bulletin has been killing it lately. They came out with a whole bunch of reports today, though. Apparently one of their reports, we'll maybe talking about it a little bit today, but probably another time as well. But they had a report today on the mystery Star Wars series that apparently is codenamed Grammar Rodeo, that is apparently filming in June. We haven't really heard anything about that. And then there was also a report from them today on Darth Vader and when he's going to appear in the Obi Wan show. Now, I don't want to get too spoilery yet, so we'll stay in the chat here a little bit. But yeah, I mean, there was some reports from Making Star Wars, from Bespin Bulletin, from a couple people. Really cool stuff. There was some other reports. We don't know what this was fully about, but from Cinelinx and Jordan Mason. Love Jordan Mason, great scooper. And he had a post on kid-focused High Republic live-action series apparently being in the works. So a lot of stuff apparently being worked on at Lucasfilm. Who knows what's right and what's wrong. Even when we get into some of the spoilery Kenobi stuff, I'm going to give you guys a fair warning when we do, but I don't know, man. Some of that stuff, take it with a grain of salt. A lot of it's rumors and speculation, more so than, you know, complete spoilers. We have heard kind of rumors of what the show could be about, and we will probably get into that at some point, or kind of what the premise of what we could see, but that'll probably be when we get into the Bespin Bulletin article. So what are you guys saying in the chat? T Davidson said, I'm pretty hyped, bro. Hey, T Davidson, I'm freaking super hyped. I'm too hyped. Dakin74 says, my most anticipated so far is the Andor show. Wow, Dakin, that's awesome to hear. I've kind of been wondering how fans are gonna start to feel about Andor as we approach. I don't know what you've heard about Andor, Dakin, but I've heard it's gonna be really good. So it's awesome to see that fans are really anticipating that show. I'm excited to see what comes out of it as well. It's gonna be dope, man. It's gonna be dope. Tim says, join the Vader's Lair Discord server and post the Discord link in the chat. I'm going to pin it real quick. We're doing a giveaway now that we have surpassed 500 subscribers. Heck, we had just hit 6. I mean, but if you guys are interested in winning a potential Funko Pop giveaway, we're going to be doing a giveaway now that we've passed 500 subscribers. We'll probably start it up tomorrow, being Friday, so we might start the giveaway Friday. Join the Discord, though, that we just pinned a link to in the chat. If you want a chance at winning one of 5 Bad Batch Funko Pops or a Boba Fett Funko, join the Discord in the link in the description below, or in the link that is pinned to the chat, and you'll have a chance at winning one of those 5 Funkos. We're going to try and do the giveaway this Sunday when we start our Chronological Clone Wars Rewatch. So, I mean, 3 months until Kenobi, a lot to talk about with it. Yeah, bro, I mean, hey, definitely all new nerds, for sure. But, Okay, hold on. We'll get into the chat here. Ahsoka starts filming in April, apparently, says All New Nerds. Yes, I did see that article as well from the Bespin Bulletin. And yeah, apparently we had heard originally Ahsoka was starting around now in the February-March time slate. And it seems as though Ahsoka apparently isn't going to start filming until April. But what's really interesting to me is that probably means that Mando is going to be shooting a little bit longer. But the interesting thing is that we know a lot of these shows that have been shooting at Manhattan Beach with the volume, they have the ability to change the set very quickly. So they could shoot a scene for Ahsoka and then like for less than a couple hours later shoot some scenes for Mando season 3 or for whatever else they need to. It's very accessible, makes shooting really easy actually. So it's possible they could be doing some shooting for Ahsoka now, even though they're gonna, actually start initial shooting in April. But honestly, I think as even with that article, and we'll probably get into it at some point this week or next week, I don't know, man. I think they could be shooting some stuff for the Ahsoka show a little bit now. I think honestly, The Mandalorian season 3 is gonna lead directly into Ahsoka and what we see in that show. So I think some of the filming for The Mandalorian season 3 is even gonna tie into what we see in Ahsoka, and maybe Ahsoka will be in Mandalorian season 3. Who knows? Bobby says, after finishing Boba, do you have any worries with what's coming in Kenobi? Not really. Jon Favreau wrote majority of basically all of the Book of Boba Fett, as well as The Mandalorian so far. He's wrote a majority of the stuff, and Jon Favreau is not going to be a writer on Kenobi from what I know. It's going to be a different group of writers and executive producers, and Deborah Chow is heavily involved in it. So I like a lot of Deborah Chow's directing work, and I think whoever the writers are, I think they're gonna give us quite the story. We had heard at one point that there was gonna be a different story, and they originally the Kenobi show has been a long waited and anticipated show. Like, this might be the most anticipated Disney Plus show ever, one of the most anticipated Star Wars things of all time. I think a lot of people are looking forward to this, and I don't really have any worries with it. Even with the Book of Boba Fett, regardless of what you think about it, it's a different group of people, and I think they're gonna knock it out of the park. I think they've been spending extra time making sure that this show is right, and I think honestly, if you felt the Book of Boba Fett was lacking in any way, which I personally I don't think it was. I think it was a good series. It's possible that a lot of the focus and attention went to Kenobi that shot directly after that show, directly after the Book of Boba Fett. So it's possible maybe some of the quality of Book of Boba Fett was downgraded because of what they put into Kenobi. I'm just putting it out there. I don't really think that's the case. I think both shows are going to be fantastic. I really liked the Book of Boba Fett. I think there's going to be a season 2. I mean, we've talked about it plenty. If you want to see our thoughts on the Book of Boba, subscribe to the channel and check out some of our other videos. What did you think of the Book of Boba Fett finale, says Hex? I thought it was alright. I thought it was a very fun episode. It wasn't everything that I wanted, hoped for, or expected. But putting expectations aside, I thought it was a good episode. I thought it was solid. 7.5 to an 8 overall for the episode 7 of the Book of Boba. It was good. It was good. As a whole, I really enjoyed the series. I thought it was about the same as the finale, a 7.5 to an 8. It was a fun show, man. It was a fun show. John plus Dave. Yes, Star Wars 95. Heck yeah. What's up, Darth Chaos? Welcome into the chat. Jackson Carabelli says the song will be epic. Well, I don't know if you're talking about the Vader's Lair music that we got playing. But I think the music in Kenobi is going to be lit. I don't know who's going to be the composer yet. It might be Ludwig. Who really knows? But I know whoever they choose to do the composing, they're going to knock it out of the park. And I wouldn't even doubt it if they use some of John Williams' original work from Revenge of the Sith and the prequels and incorporated it into the show as well. All New Nerd says, my Book of Boba Fett theory is that they originally had a side plot of Mando season 3, then they decided to make it an entire series, which meant they had to rush some things and intertwine Mando's story. Yeah, I definitely think that's fair to say, All New Nerds. I like that more than Josh at the Den of Nerds theory about the whole Pedro Pascal drama. I don't really think that's what went down, but I like your theory on it, All New Nerds. It probably was kind of a broken out thing, but I honestly think the show set up a lot for a potential season 2. So as much as it was kind of a bridging of the two shows together and kind of a segue between Mando season 2 and 3, Mando season 2.5, if you will, I think there is more to it that's going to lead to some future stuff, or maybe some stuff that we see in The Mandalorian season 3 involving Boba. Hey, the talented Mr. Griffin says, what's up, everyone? Sheev, how goes the hour? Hey, well, it's going. It's a solid hour right now, I think. I don't know, man. It's going good. Did I miss the Kenobi talk? No, we're kind of putting it off. I'm trying to let everybody hang out in here until we get to the spoilers, because I know some people aren't even gonna want to hear some of it. So, I mean, we'll get into the Kenobi talk in the next minute here, but I did want to see what you guys were saying in the chat. Let me know how excited you guys are for the Kenobi series. I know a lot of you already told me in the chat, but I mean, my hype levels are through the roof. All New Nerd says Josh overstates the Pedro walkout thing. I think he probably knows more than I do. I will tell you, All New Nerds, I know some people that were on set during that drama, and it's way blown out of proportion. I've talked about it extensively on the Pedro Pascal drama in the past. I did a whole stream on what actually kind of happened. So if you want to check it out, go find it on the channel. I don't even remember what it exactly was, but I do know some people that were there and know Pedro Pascal on set and everything, and kind of what happened behind it. So if you're interested, go check out that video. Hyped with 10 Ys. Hype! Well, that's the way to do it, Daniel Fisher. You gotta add the extra Ys. Darth Chaos says, didn't we talk about it, Sheev? It was the fingerprints. Yes, it was the fingerprints. Yeah, that was a big part of it. A big part of the real Pedro Pascal drama was, well, think about it this way. The Mando helmet is super shiny, and they have a very legit one on set. And obviously he's wearing gloves and stuff, but there was times he would pull his helmet up a lot. There's more behind the story, but he would pull his helmet off a lot, and there would be smudges on the helmets. Go check out the other video that we did. Don't check it out, to be honest, as to. Yeah, it's fine. You don't have to. Yeah, there's more to it. Basically, Pedro's a stoner. That's all we gotta say. Hello there, MK Matt. How you doing? Stop, please. I will. I'm stopping now. Don't worry about it. I will. It's always been a mystery to me. It is. It's less of a big deal than you think. It's not that big a deal at all. The talented Mr. Griffin says, I wonder how much Tamura was in the armor. The deputy was some of. Yeah. I wonder how long too. I think probably more than with Din Djarin, just because he actually does take the helmet off a lot more. I don't know though. That's interesting point though. I wonder how much of the stunts he did. That's a good point there. Yeah, Tim, don't worry. I'm done now. Star Wars 95 says, would you like to see more Mod Vanth? Yeah, I think we're going to be honest. I'll go on a little segue with Mod Vanth real quick. Hey, well, thank you, Obsession. Don't worry, we're not getting into too much of the spoilers just yet. But with Mod Vanth, I watched some Echo Base Network today. They're a solid channel, and they had a theory that the Mod Vanth thing could potentially lead into Rangers of the New Republic. And that makes sense to me. So basically with the Rangers of the New Republic show, I know a lot of people might be confused whether or not it's canceled or still happening. I'm still confused. I don't know if it's happening or not. In the past, it seemed as though Kathleen Kennedy had kind of talked about how they were going to incorporate the story of it into the Mandoverse, into other shows like The Mandalorian Season 3 potentially, or clearly into the Book of Boba Fett a little bit. But yeah, man, I don't know. It seems as though originally Cobb Vanth was going to be a big part of the Rangers of the New Republic story, alongside Gina Carano, and there were reports that Katie Sackhoff, Bo-Katan, was going to be in this as well, and then other kind of reports about Harrison Dula being in it and all these different things. But one of the ones I heard about that was kind of not talked about too much was that Cobb Vanth was apparently going to be a big part of the Rangers of the New Republic, and it seems like with what he went through in the Book of Boba Fett, being in the back to tank in that final post-credit scene, it could be possible they're setting up for the Rangers of the New Republic still, or at least that story to kind of play out in its own way. And I do think Cobb Vanth could be a big part of it. I think it's possible we could see him maybe take over Boba's kind of position, the way that Boba kind of left off that show. It's possible he could take Boba's position as kind of the mayor or the daimyo, maybe. I don't know if he would actually be the daimyo, but I don't know. I think it's possible, though, that we could see Cobb Vanth eventually be integrated into whatever's going on with the Rangers of the New Republic. It makes a lot of sense with some of the reports and things that I've heard. I'm down for it, man. I'm down for RoboCop or Mod Vanth, whatever you want to call him. Star Wars 95 says Echo Base Coach and Nick are great. Love those guys. Just not the hate. Yeah. No, it's all good though. I think they do good stuff. I love when they're excited for Star Wars and get into it, man, because it's always fun to see Star Wars fans get excited about it. You know what I'm saying? I like the whole show, says Star Wars Obsession. Me too, man. Me too. I really liked what they did with the Tusken stuff and how it kind of integrated into the finale. I think the finale is a lot more fun than I initially gave it credit for. Anyone else think Cad was going to be in the back? I did not expect that. I thought it was going to be like Black K based on the thing, but it was dope to see. I don't know if it was a little underwhelming of a post-credit scene, but who knows what it'll lead to, and it might not be underwhelming at all. I don't know, man. I think it could be a lot of fun whatever ends up happening with Cobb Vanth, but yeah. Tim says, I just think the show made sense. They told the story they wanted to tell. Yeah, they did. I've heard people say that they didn't, close up everything they should have, but I think they did a good job. Yeah, it definitely works to feeding the larger picture obsession. I agree. No way Black would fit. I know Black K probably wouldn't have fit in the back of the tank, but Boba Fett had done the whole thing of I'll give you some time in the back to fit all of this. So I thought that it would be Black K because of that, but you're right, he probably wouldn't have fit. Someone else said his hair would have been clogged in like the drain pipes or something. Tim says, I mean, depending on how big Cobb Vanth's role is going to be in the future, it would make the post-credit scene even better or worse. Yeah, that's really how it'll be, Tim. It depends on what they do with it. I just think the show... Yeah, I read that one. It answered the question if he was alive. Yeah, it did answer the question if he was alive. They probably could have put that into the actual show and gave us a different post-credit scene. But, it does what it needs to, It does what it needs to. Boba still owes BK a nice long soak. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, 95. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. All right, guys. It's about that time. It's time to talk about the Kenobi Show. For those of you guys that don't want to get too far into the spoilers or speculation, I will say right now before you go, all of this is just rumor right now. We don't know anything really for sure. So take it with a grain of salt. But with that being said, we are getting into spoiler territory. Let's get into the Kenobi spoilers. Let's talk about everything we know about the book, or not the Book of Boba Fett, about the Obi Wan Kenobi Show. Let's talk about everything we know about the Obi Wan Kenobi Show. So today there was a report from the Bespin Bulletin on Darth Vader reportedly not appearing until episode 3. I'm not worried about that at all. That sounds fine to me. But let's get into the article. Let's talk about what Bespin Bulletin says here, and let's get into everything we know about the Kenobi series. So this week really feels like the week of Obi Wan Kenobi, as we've had multiple exciting leaks from the series, as well as getting an official release date alongside the first official poster. Earlier this week, the Bespin Bulletin had reported on an exclusive regarding Inquisitors in the Obi Wan Kenobi show, with one of them being the Grand Inquisitor that's rumored to be played by Rupert Friend. Honestly, I will say Rupert Friend would be an excellent cast for the Grand Inquisitor. We know he's going to be in the show as well already. But I would love if Jason Isaacs does play the role. He does the voice of the Grand Inquisitor in Star Wars Rebels, one of my favorite Star Wars shows. And I think he would still be a great fit as the Grand Inquisitor in live action as well. He did play Lucius Malfoy in the Harry Potter series, so I would love to see Jason Isaacs get the role, but I'm not going to be upset if Rupert Friend plays the Grand Inquisitor either. It goes on to say here that we know the Inquisitors won't be serving as the main villains of the series, and of course not with knowing that Darth Vader is going to be in it. The title is left for none other than Darth Vader, and the new report from Making Star Wars adds to the details. So according to the report from MakingStarWars.net, Darth Vader will not show up in the series until the third episode, which is quite fitting considering in episode 3 of Revenge of the Sith, and that Hayden Christensen was last appeared in that movie. The initial episode will primarily focus on Luke Skywalker, Leia Organa, and the aforementioned Inquisitors. Vader will reportedly feature in each episode following, and he's more reminiscent of his appearance in Rogue One than he is in like A New Hope or any of those kind of things, although he looks similar in those. So he looks similar to his appearance in Rogue One, which is dope. Makes kind of sense, seeing as it's probably 10 years before Rogue One, and Rogue One he was in his absolute prime, kicking butt, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, man, that's dope. It goes on to say here, it's also mentioned that so we heard earlier in the week that there's going to be 3 actors bringing the performance of Darth Vader to life. One of the actors apparently portraying Darth Vader in the series is Tom O'Connell, and it's rumored that he's also going to be playing a Zabrak Jedi in the series. A Zabrak Jedi, interesting. Meaning we're seeing previously unseen Jedi, and my assumption would be these Jedi will be in flashbacks, given that Ewan McGregor recently revealed that Hayden Christensen filmed some scenes as Anakin Skywalker and not just as Darth Vader, which is freaking awesome, man. I mean, and this is just some of the stuff that we've heard in these reports. So if there's anything you guys want to know about the spoilers or things that we could potentially see in this series, let me know in the comments, and then I'm going to get even more into the spoilers here and talk about what we can actually see and what the story beats are going to be. But we'll finish up this article here first. It feels as if the floodgates are opening on Obi-Wan Kenobi now that the Book of Boba Fett has wrapped. Stay tuned to the Bespin Bulletin and everything. Yeah. So, yeah, just like they said, now that the Kenobi series has officially been announced, there's probably some leaks and scoops that scoopers have been sitting on. A lot of the floodgates are going to be opened. A lot of people are going to be talking about what we could potentially see in this, along with all the other things we have already gotten. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on here with this this Obi Wan Kenobi show. So the 3 actors that are going to be bringing Darth Vader to life are Hayden Christensen, obviously, and then we're also going to see apparently Dimitrius Bistrevsky. Dimitrius Bistrevsky is going to be the actor in the suit. From what I've heard in the rumors, the voice of Darth Vader is still going to be James Earl Jones, which that's fantastic. I still wanted that, although I do want to see Darth Vader when Hayden Christensen, when the helmet's taken off. I want to hear Hayden Christensen and everything. So I mean, I don't know, man. It's gonna be lit. So yeah, the second actor is Dimitrius Bistrevsky, and then the last one was the guy that I just talked about, Tom O'Connell. And Tom O'Connell will apparently be playing a Zabrak Jedi. That's crazy. Zabrak is the species that Darth Maul is, so maybe there will be some tie-in to Darth Maul with that. But that's pretty wild. That's pretty wild. So as far as we know, the Kenobi show is going to follow a few beats, and one of the main things that we kind of have heard about this show is that Obi-Wan is likely going to be leaving Tatooine. And again, like, I know we're all tired of Tatooine, but so from what we've heard though, what might end up taking Obi-Wan off of the planet is Leia Organa. Now, at this point in the timeline, about 10 years after Revenge of the Sith, Leia and Luke are both around 10 years old. We've heard we're going to see a 10-year-old Luke and Leia in this show, and it's possible that Leia could be being hunted down by the Inquisitors. That's kind of at least the rumor or the impression that I got from some of the reports that have been going out there. And it's possible that while these Inquisitors are trying to find Leia and potentially some other Jedi, that will draw Obi-Wan off planet to go protect her, like he was protecting Luke on Tatooine all of this time. So it's possible we're going to see Obi-Wan go to fight the Inquisitors, go to protect Leia a little bit. Maybe he'll interact with Bail Organa. We've also heard that Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen are going to be in the show, so we can expect to see the Lars Homestead and, like I said, a 10-year-old Luke. And I think, honestly, when Obi-Wan fights the Inquisitors, he's going to probably kick some butt when he does. We've heard the Inquisitors are going to be really ruthless. They're probably going to be hunting Jedi down along with hunting down Leia. We're going to probably see them cutting limbs off of people, doing some pretty wild stuff. But I think Kenobi is going to come in. He's at the height of his power. He's going to probably whoop their butts, similar to how Ahsoka does in Star Wars Rebels. And then after he whoops their butts, they're probably going to run with their tails between their legs and go get Darth Vader. And that's when in episode 3, we're probably going to be left with like a cliffhanger at episode 2. And it's going to have episode 3 be maybe even a Darth Vader centric episode. I think it's going to be lit though. Like, honestly, having Darth Vader being played by Hayden Christensen, having Ewan McGregor back as Obi-Wan, like, this show is going to give us so much as prequel fans and Star Wars fans. It's going to be such a good time. I'm super excited for it. But let me know what you guys think in the chat, what you want to know about this show. Let me know. Let's get into the chat, see what you guys are saying. I love rumors and speculation. Bring it on, says Star Wars 95. Hey, well, you've come to the right place. This is a 6-episode series, says Star Wars 95, and yes, the Kenobi show is supposed to be 6 episodes, but they are all rumored to be about an hour long. So I think 6 hours of Kenobi show is going to be a lot. That's almost like 3 movies. So I'm excited for it, man. I'm excited for it. I'm really hoping now that each episode is like an hour long though. Like, if they're 50 minutes, kind of like Book of Boba was, I'm not going to complain. Like, each episode did feel very long, especially episodes 5 and 6 in the Book of Boba. So I expect this show to be fulfilling in terms of time, the time. What else is we saying? So some new helmet, says Darth Chaos. They can do what they did with Bane, keep the voice actor, use a different on-screen actor. Yeah, so I think, honestly, what we are going to see with Darth Vader, with the helmet on, it's going to be played by probably 2 different people, and then Hayden as well. I'm sure Hayden will have some scenes in the suit and everything. And then, obviously, Hayden is going to be whenever the helmet's taken off. And then James Earl Jones is going to be doing the voice. I actually really like how Star Wars does this. They use multiple people to bring a character to life. They do it with Din Djarin, with Pedro Pascal being predominantly the voice and having 2 different actors do the movements and stunt work. So I love that they're kind of doing the same thing they do for Din Djarin with Darth Vader here. I think it's going to work out really, really well. I love James Earl Jones as the voice. I hope we get kind of a mix like we did in Rebels, where we hear Darth Vader talk at one point, and it could be a mix of both James Earl Jones and Hayden Christensen. Maybe even Matt Lanter, who plays the voice of Anakin in Clone Wars. It's gonna be dope, man. I think they're gonna do a freaking phenomenal job with it. Can't wait for this, man. Carlton Turner, me too. It's gonna be a freaking blast. T. Davidson says live action Vader's Castle, bro. I know it's Kenobi, but I'm looking forward to some Sith vibes. Both Both sides of the Force, some real Star Wars-ish. Bro, T. Davidson, I was just telling a good friend of the channel today, Baymax, Mark Hamilton, I was telling him, yo, I've been waiting to get a new background for the lair for a minute now. I can't wait for the Kenobi show because I know we're going to get a look inside of Vader's castle. We've already had some concept art of it, and bro, I'm telling you, when we see Vader's lair in the Kenobi show, Shiva's going to lose his mind, man. I'm going to lose my mind. Can't wait for this, man. Hey, yeah, I know. I want to see a straight up angry Vader. Dude, Carlton Turner, me too. It'll be a very interesting time period for Vader because it is halfway between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. I think he's going to definitely be conflicted still. And although he's going to be at the height of his power, as you said, very angry, he's going to have very much conflict in him, still struggling with the inner demons of Anakin Skywalker, and also having that piece of Anakin still in him. It'll be very interesting to see how Darth Vader is played, especially between multiple actors and everything. But I am super excited for it. It sounds like episodes 3, 4, 5, and 6 are all going to have heavy Darth Vader, and I'm excited for that, man. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a blast. Vader at his prime. The talented Mr. Griffin. You ain't wrong. Sponge says, do you think some Lego sets will be made of this new Obi-Wan series? Possibly. I would not be surprised at all. Lego definitely makes a whole bunch of stuff. Like, it's going to be wild. Imagine a Maul versus Obi-Wan Rebels fight flashback in live action. That's interesting, Just Fernie. I definitely would be down for it. I've heard some people saying that they wouldn't, just because we got it in Rebels and everything. It is a beautiful moment in Rebels. But that'd be dope, man. I do expect to see some flashbacks. The flashbacks I really want to see are some flashbacks to Ewan and Hayden playing a younger Obi-Wan and Anakin in the Clone Wars. Maybe even with Ahsoka, and then Rex and Cody being played by Tamara Morrison. I would love to see flashbacks to that. We've kind of heard some rumors, but nothing really solid on it. I personally would love to see that. I hope they do. It. But yeah, I think we can kind of hope to expect to see Commander Cody played by Tamara Morrison in the show. He's kind of expressed wanting to play both Cody and Rex in the past, so I would love to see it. Man. Hawk says, bro, I know they won't do it, but maybe we get a variation of Vader Castle like him building it in the comics. Live action more. Oh, bro, that would be awesome, Hawks. I would love to see them building Vader's Lair. And you know, anything Vader's Lair on the Vader's Lair channel is going to be freaking epic. So, I don't know, man. I would love to see it. Bro, that bot has been showing up everywhere. That bot has definitely been showing up everywhere. I know exactly what you're talking about. I saw it on Star Wars Fanbase channel. MK Matt says, I'm so looking forward to some crazy lightsaber action. We haven't had an epic lightsaber fight since the prequels. I don't know, man. We've seen some cool lightsaber fights here and there in animation and stuff, but I get what you're saying. There hasn't been anything prequel level in quite some time. I mean, Luke rushing in the finale of Mando Season 2 was dope lightsaber stuff, but it wasn't lightsaber on lightsaber. So I feel you. We need some cool lightsaber on lightsaber action. It's been a minute. I definitely hear you on that. The talented Mr. Griffin says, I definitely want to see them in their Clone Wars armor. Me too, man. We've heard some rumors that could potentially happen, but I don't know. We'll see. Star Wars 95 says, I think it's cool that Ezra and Luke and Leia are the exact same age and share the birthday, Empire Day. I love that fact, Star Wars 95. It's really, like, Ezra is one of my favorite characters, and I love that fact. I love that all three of them were born on the exact same day, the day that the Empire took over, the day that Sheev made his speech. We will reorganize the first galactic empire. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, I hear you. I love that fact. Darth Chaos says, I don't know, I still think it's early for Vader, and he's still not 100 with the suit and the loss of his force powers and Padme. Everything is still kind of fresh. That's why Kenobi is suffering also. Yeah, Darth Chaos. So I can get into some one of the scenes that was kind of spoiled. I will tell you guys, for any other kind of Kenobi spoilers and stuff you want to hear, there is a Kenobi playlist on my channel, and you definitely should check that out if you want to hear some of the other spoilers and things we've talked about. Definitely some more stuff on there in terms of everything we actually know about the Kenobi series, but yeah, check that out. Prime Bacon says, I can't wait to see Obi be a new location, maybe a cameo from Ahsoka. Yeah, Prime Bacon, I think if we do get Ahsoka cameo, it'll probably be in flashbacks, but I mean, who knows? We could see Ahsoka in the actual timeline too. Who knows if she went to find Kenobi at one point. Only a Sith deals in absolutes. Well, I am a Sith. I am a Sith. Prime Bacon says, in new and very... Yeah. I definitely think we could see Kenobi going to Alderaan, which would be really cool because Alderaan did blow up in A New Hope. We haven't really seen too much of it in canon, other than like literally one scene in Revenge of the Sith. I would love to see Obi-Wan go to Alderaan, try to protect young Princess Leia there. It'd be dope. It'd be dope. And I definitely agree with you. Seeing him in new locations is definitely going to be sick. Normies the Nerd says Revenge of the Sith had some dope lightsaber action. It had some of the best, man. It had some of the best. Sponge says, what if we get to see a young Yoda? Dude, I would love a young Yoda series. I would love a series based on young Yoda. That would be dope. Carlton Turner says, I hope Ahsoka is in it. Me too, man. Me too. Me too. And to chaos, to your point about him being maybe less in the suit, I definitely think that could be possible. And I do think Obi-Wan Kenobi is still more powerful than Darth Vader. We do have the line in A New Hope where Darth Vader tells him, when last I left you, I was the learner, but now I'm the master. I think at this point, Obi-Wan is going to be stronger than Darth Vader, but I do think the two of them are going to be near or at the height of their powers. I do think Darth Vader is going to be super, super powerful in this still, especially because he is going to be angry, as someone else said in the chat, and that anger really does fuel the power of the dark side within him. Star Wars 95 says, in order to ensure... all right, we got it. In order to ensure the security and continuing stability, the Republic will be reorganized into the first galactic empire for a safe and secure society. Very good, very good. Way to go, Star Wars 95. Thanks for coming in hot with the quote. MK Matt says, Ewan and Hayden are probably the two best actors Star Wars has seen in terms of using lightsabers. I'm so hyped to see them both. Me too. We've already seen footage of the two of them, or at least Ewan kind of getting back into the swing of things with his lightsaber. So I am super excited to see the two of them come back and swing those lightsabers around a little bit. You're definitely right. They are two of the best wielders of those lightsabers that we have seen, and I think they're going to knock it out of the park again. What side are you, Sheeb? Sith or Jedi? Let's ask the chat that. Let's go to Poll Town. Are you Sith? Actually, which are you? You know your boy is a Sith, even though I personally, my actual personality is Jedi. Like real life and the way I'm going to interact with you guys. The way I'm going to be, because I am real as hell on these streams. Personally, I'm actually a Jedi in real life. But my counterpart, Sheev, is quite Sith indeed. But let me know what you guys are in the chat. Are you dark side or light side? Are you Sith or Jedi? Which are you, Sith or Jedi? Let me know in the chat. We just started a poll. Yeah, I'm Sith though, Carlton. I'm Sith. Shiva's Sith. Welcome. The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural. I'm Mandalorian, says Normie Nerd. Yeah, we did that whole poll the other day between Jedi and Mandalorian. So, yeah, I mean, being a Mandalorian is an acceptable answer. dark side, says Hawks Holocron. You already know. Darth Chaos says new compared to Revenge of the Sith. That has been the best lightsaber battle, so you're definitely right. I am the Bendu. You're the one in the middle? It's kind of wrong. No, I'm just playing. I'm neither Jedi nor Sith. Effing love this channel, Nerdville. Hey, Carlton, bro, I love you, brother. Thank you. So, I can bring up the Making Star Wars leaks here too a little bit. It kind of goes based off of what I read on the Breathman Bulletin article, but I guess I'll bring it up real quick. So the Making Star Wars article says, in the last few days, I've begun sharing what I know about the Star Wars Obi Wan Kenobi series coming to Disney Plus. After yesterday's article, I laid out how Demetrius Bistrevsky, Tom O'Connell, and Hayden Christensen will be the three actors or the team of performers bringing Darth Vader to life. Many people had questions on how many episodes is Darth Vader going to be in. Several sources spoke up about Darth Vader and the fight as well that will lead up to it. These sources also said versions of the same things to some extent. The first episode is apparently going to be so episodes 1 and 2 are apparently going to be about Luke Skywalker and Leia Organa and the Inquisitors. By the third episode, Darth Vader is going to return, and in episodes 3, 4, 5, and 6, they will all feature Darth Vader as the main antagonist, pulling the strings. Vader's role is a major and hype moment that is not misplaced, which is perfect. That's all exactly what you want to hear, right? If you're excited for Darth Vader returning like me, you're going to get exactly what you want. This Darth Vader is flipping and kicking. Think of him more like the Darth Vader in Rogue One. So in terms of like fighting, he's more like the Darth Vader in Rogue One. But he's going to be even angrier in this, and that makes sense knowing that he's going to be going after Obi Wan Kenobi himself. So he's going to be no joke. Sources are saying that when Luke fights Darth... What? Apparently, okay, so when Luke fights Vader in Empire Strikes Back, you're going to see huge difference between that Darth Vader and the Darth Vader fighting Obi-Wan and trying to kill Obi-Wan here 12 years before the Empire Strikes Back. That's pretty interesting. He's out for blood, which makes a lot of sense. As I said, he's very angry with Obi-Wan. And I could even get into another article after this. You're going to see a huge difference between that Darth Vader, though, and the way he's talking to Luke and trying to kill Obi-Wan. So he's in Empire Strikes Back, he's really trying to get Luke to join the dark side. He's not really trying to kill him. But in this, you're going to see him trying to kill Obi-Wan. You know, it's going to be freaking dope. Making Star Wars spoke with Tom O'Connell, one of the people bringing the character to life, and he is told that he's going to be playing a Jedi Knight also in the Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi series. And in the series, he's going to be playing a Zabrak Jedi like Darth Maul, but without the face tattoos, apparently, because he is going to be a Jedi. That'll be interesting. I don't know if we've seen too many Zabrak without their face tattoos or without the tattoos covering their body. That'll be really interesting. It'll be like Eth Koth's character. If it isn't clear he's one of the surviving Jedi, or if his character stems from one of the Order 66 flashbacks. But the takeaway is that there's a new and unknown Jedi in the series, which we're probably going to see multiple of from what I've heard. When Tom isn't playing Darth Vader and is a Jedi in the series, he's playing a Mandalorian in season 3 of The Mandalorian apparently as well, and will be performing stunts for the Mandos. That's dope. So Tom O'Connell is going to be a lot more prominent in Star Wars, it seems, which is cool. So Making Star Wars did a couple other articles, and they did one on the first details of the rematch of the century. And I do want to go over this just for you guys coming in, since we are covering pretty much everything we know about Star Wars, the Obi Wan Kenobi series today in this. So in terms of spoilers, and again, we are talking about some spoilers here. Welcome in if you're just coming in. Big welcome if you are. If you're new to the channel, by the way, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button if you like what you're hearing and you like the content that we're bringing to you. A 67% of you guys in the chat chose Sith over Jedi. Good. Yes, we are Sith indeed. Sometimes it's hard to believe another Star Wars story with Obi-Wan and Darth Vader is upon us. Kathleen Kennedy famously promised that it will deliver the rematch of the century in the fight between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan, and Episode 3 did not have Obi-Wan fighting Darth Vader in the suit. That fight put him in the suit, and a lot of fans still want to see a suited Darth Vader at full strength fighting a full strength Obi-Wan Kenobi, and now they're going to be delivering it in a big way. When last I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master. This quote no longer means what you thought it used to. It means something else entirely, and Obi-Wan is still very much the master in the series, but the change in direction Obi-Wan takes after this story is why he allows his powers to fade in the series. And we will be getting peak Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's possible these first 10 years that he's been on Tatooine, he's been training and getting ready. But it says around this time in the story. So Obi-Wan Kenobi is dispatched to a planet on a rescue mission. The captive prisoner is very important to the cause, and Kenobi is said to save the person from the Inquisitor's clutches. The main Inquisitor holding the prisoner was performed by Moses Ingram, who is one of the actresses said to be in the show. She's rumored to be playing a character known as the Third Inquisitor. The success of the mission is most likely what springs Vader forward into action. So the success of Obi-Wan's mission in rescuing someone is what's going to bring Vader into the show. So we also get a tidbit here in this article of the castle and consequences, which of course we got to get into Vader's lair again, right? As matters escalate from the trouble Kenobi is causing, we see Mustafar again. Darth Vader rises from his throne, and hurriedly he walks to his ship's hangar and intercepts his old master, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Based on reference material, it appears as if Vader is using his TIE Advanced fighter to depart the castle. It wasn't actually built on set, but it shares certain characteristics with the Inquisitor's ships as well, which is cool to hear about. The fighter trunk. So here we go a little bit more. Obi-Wan is wearing his clothes from Revenge of the Sith for fighting, or damn near close enough. The white tunic, not robe. His white tunic is worse for wear now. So he's wearing the same stuff he wore in Revenge of the Sith, but it's going to be a little bit more battered down. I mean, it's 10 years from then, so he looks a little older as well, a little more tattered, just like his attire is, and he looks more like an aging gunslinger. His swagger remains the same as it ever was in the show, which we all know how Kenobi kind of carries that swagger, and Ewan carries that swagger when he plays him. But Kenobi walks out into the dirt field, and this is the guy that said Sith Lords were his specialty. And they are, man. I mean, Kenobi loves killing them Sith Lords. Apparently there's going to be mounds of piles of dirt and sand around this set and blue screens, so they actually did put like a ton of sand and dirt on set. You know, Hayden and Darth Vader would have hated that. And Darth Vader apparently steps onto the dirt ground. The costume, if I had to guess, is pretty much identical to the one we see in Rogue One. And he would also, making Star Wars would also say the chest plate is the same for sure. A little brighter, however, lighting conditions and such made it hard to get a good read on the lens color used for Darth Vader in the fight. Obi-Wan realizes exactly who the monster in the suit is basically right away, and Kenobi's resolve is strong, and his face is so focused on the threat ahead. Darth Vader walks towards Kenobi, ready to engage him. Then Obi-Wan Kenobi force pushes Darth Vader what looks to be 50 feet, which is crazy. Like, think about how this scene would actually look. And it says Vader is launched into the air, and as he hits to what appears to be a rock wall like a Terminator, Vader hits the wall like a Terminator, taking a powerful hit, and he slowly gets up and advances towards his moment of revenge. So we've talked about this scene before, but man, it's cool to touch on it again. Like, I'm telling you guys, this show is gonna promise, it's gonna deliver in ways that we didn't even think were possible. So I'm super excited for it, man. let me know what you guys think about the Kenobi show from what you've heard. I hope you guys are excited for the show. It's going to be a lot of fun. Charles Smith says, I wasn't really excited about this series at all, but if Darth Vader is in it, I'm looking forward to it. Charles Smith, Darth Vader is going to be the main antagonist. It sounds like he's going to be in it from episodes 3 to episode 6. If you guys are just coming in, we are getting into some spoiler territory here with the Kenobi show, with the Obi Wan Kenobi series. So if you don't want to know any spoilers, no spoilers for Obi Wan Kenobi, then get on out of here. But I will say, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe if you are new. A big welcome to you if you are. Thank you for coming into the chat and hanging out with us. I hope you guys are having a good night. See you later, normies to nerds. I hope you have a good night. My brother T. Davidson says Kenobi knows the dark side, the dark arts of the high ground. Yeah, he does know the dark arts of the high ground for sure. Darth Chaos says, this is after he defeated Maul, is it not? So Obi is OP level right now. Darth Chaos, this is actually before he faces Maul. So it's possible Maul could even show up in the show, but I kind of doubt it, as it seems like Maul doesn't really appear again until Star Wars Rebels. Although, who knows what happened to him between him and Kira that led to him being stranded on Malachor and Rebels. But this actually would happen about 7, 8, 9, probably 9 years before Darth Maul's death. Yeah, this probably happens about 9 years before Darth Maul's death. Maybe 8. Not sand! No! Yeah, you're telling me, right? The Chimera says Bantha in the street, Jar Jar in the sheets. Woo! You already know we Sith in here. 70% of the chat out of 20 votes says they are Sith over Jedi. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Sheev with love, always love your content stream. Hey, brother, Star Wars 95. Thank you, brother. Great fan of the stream. Thank you, Star Wars 95. 4 years before Maul's death. Star Wars 95. Maul's death happens towards the end of Rebels. Rebels takes place it begins about 4 years before A New Hope, or before the Battle of Yavin. So Star Wars Rebels, each season takes place within like a year or so. So within Star Wars Rebels, season 3 at the end, I think, is when we got the Twin Suns episode. So that would be about 3 years into Star Wars Rebels. So probably a year, maybe 2 years before A New Hope. So that A New Hope actually takes place 10 years after the Kenobi series. So the Kenobi series is going to be 10 years before A New Hope, which would mean it's probably 8 or 9 years before the events of Maul's death. Obi-Wan is supposed to be connecting/communicating with Qui-Gon Jinn, I thought. Yoda's last instructions to him in Revenge of the Sith. Yes, Star Wars 95. The last thing that Yoda kind of tells him is that his former master will communicate to him and help him kind of like, continue his training in the ways of the Jedi. Wow, these leaks are crazy. Yeah, MK Matt, they are pretty crazy, and they actually came out a little while ago. There's a little bit more, but I didn't want to even get into some of that because it's not as important as the stuff we kind of talked about. It's pretty wild, though. Tim says, actually less excited now. Just kidding. Good one, Tim. Good one. Darth Chaos says, sounds like Obi hit him with as much as he could have in that force push, and Vader just walks it off. Fire, dude. Exactly, man. It sounds pretty freaking lit. Sounds pretty lit. Would be cool if we had a Maul/Kenobi face off too, or Maul/Vader. Dude, yeah. Yes. No, says Darth Weapon. Whoa, Darth Weapon. What happened? What happened? Are we talking about Kenobi leaks, says Ronnie? Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you just came in, we are talking about some Kenobi spoilers. We are talking about some Kenobi spoilers. Kenobi knows he knows the dark arts of the high ground. Indeed. The talented Mr. Griffin said, so to my knowledge, I think they've only mentioned 3 Inquisitors. The Grand Inquisitor, Sung Kang's character, and there was a woman whose name I can't recall. Yes, Moses Ingram. Those are the 3 Inquisitors right now we kind of more or less have quote-unquote confirmed. But yeah, those are the 3 we've heard about. But I've heard rumors we will see some of the other Inquisitors as well. No more Maul. It will take away from Maul versus Kenobi and Rebels. It probably would. Personally, I don't think we will see Maul. There is a Zabrak Jedi apparently rumored to be in the show, but that is not Darth Maul. I doubt we will see Darth Maul actually in this show. I kind of doubt it. Hello there, General Luis Escalante. How you doing, my friend? Carlton Turner says, do you think there will be a Darth Maul series? I feel we haven't gotten enough Maul. We need a live action Maul. Good question, Carlton Turner. I cannot say for certain if there will be a Darth Maul series or not. There was a rumor quite some time ago that there will be an animated Crimson Dawn series that Darth Maul will be a big part of. But I don't know if that rumor has any actual validity behind it. I don't know if that's actually going to happen. Personally, I would love to see a animated Crimson Dawn show with Darth Maul, but I don't think we'll get a live action Darth Maul. There is some kind of controversy surrounding Ray Park. Personally, I really like the people that play Darth Maul. I would love for Sam Witwer to voice Darth Maul again. So personally, I would love to see Maul again, although I don't really want to see him in the Kenobi series. And I would love to have Maul get his own animated series. Ashhammer says, why did Maul end up as a rat on that planet where Ezra showed up? He was still in charge of Crimson Dawn a little bit before that. We don't really know yet, Ashton. We don't really know what led to Maul being stranded on Malachor, being a rat on the Sith planet of Malachor. We don't really know what led to that, but I will say, in the War of the Bounty Hunter comics, Kira fights Darth Vader. Kira was actually the right hand to Maul. We find out in the Crimson Reign comics, or in the War of the Bounty Hunter comics, that she learned how to fight from Maul. And she also says to Darth Vader that she's fought Sith before and dealt with other Sith before. So we can kind of presume that Kira at some point grew strong enough and grew, important enough to be able to overthrow Maul. I think Kira found a way to get rid of Darth Maul at some point. But we really don't know if that's actually what happened. I definitely think it's possible she found a way to get him out of the picture, though. And then Kira eventually becomes the leader of Crimson Dawn before Maul ends up stranded on that planet Malachor. Damn, that sucks, says Carlton Turner. Live action Maul would be dope. It would be. I'm not saying they couldn't find another actor, but I do know there is some controversy around Ray Park within the past 2 years. And although I would personally love to see him reprise the role, I don't think we're going to see it. Kira probably, says Darth Chaos. Yeah, Kira probably did get rid of Maul. Damn, maybe we'll see Maul train Kira and she'll be strong AF. Yeah, we don't really know. I will say, now that we haven't seen Kira in the Book of Boba Fett, it is possible that Kira will end up dying or something bad will happen to her. In the Crimson Reign comics, they actually start off by saying that Crimson Dawn is going to end up having a tragic end, and it's possible that Kira will too. Kind of sucks, man. I don't know. I would love to get more Kira in live action. I would love to see Emilia Clarke some more. I don't know, man. I wonder if she's force sensitive at all. There is no hint to her being force sensitive, Ashton. Actually, in the comic, Vader makes it a point that she isn't. So yeah, I don't think Kira is force sensitive, but she definitely knows how to wield a lightsaber, or at least knows how to fight against lightsabers at the very least. She definitely knows how to hold her own. She's quite the badass character, you know what I'm saying? We also heard that Rupert Friend is going to be playing the Grand Inquisitor. I kind of talked about that before. It was rumored at one point that Rupert Friend was going to be playing Agent Callus from the Rebels show, and I didn't really think that was ever going to happen because he does look a lot like the Grand Inquisitor when you look at him. But I don't know. Maybe we get more Kira and Lando. That's a possibility. Tim. I would not doubt that. How long have we been going? We've been going a little over an hour. We'll probably get out of here right now. I hope you guys had a good one. If there's any last thoughts that you want to put into the chat or anything else you want to know about the Kenobi series, this has been a live stream about everything we know in the Kenobi series. It's everything we know about the Obi Wan Kenobi show so far. There is a little bit other stuff. Again, if you guys are interested in finding more out about the Kenobi show, we have a playlist on the channel dedicated to Kenobi, to the Kenobi show. So you can find that playlist on the channel and find all the stuff that we've covered on Kenobi so far, and that'll be where you can find everything covering Kenobi leading into it over the next 3 months. Great stream, bro. Hey, thank you, Carlton. No problem, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the hype today and enjoyed the latest updates and news that we are bringing to you. We're gonna get into some more stuff this week. My apologies. I don't know what we might not do any streams tomorrow, but I do want to talk about the kid-focused High Republic live-action series that's apparently in the works, according to Cinelinx, later in the week. And then I want to bring up maybe some of the other Kenobi series stuff and the Bespin Bulletin report about a mysterious Star Wars series that's going to be codenamed Grammar Rodeo. It begins filming in June, apparently. I'll get into that all later in the week, just to tease you guys out a little bit, but it is possible that Grammar Rodeo series that we've heard about, I'll leave you with this. It could be either the Rangers of the New Republic, one of the other kind of hidden shows, the Lando show, to your point there, Tim, or maybe even it could be possible that the Acolyte or something is going under the Grammar Rodeo, which I don't know why that would be the case. But I promise you guys we will get into that article later in the week. The mysterious Star Wars series codenamed Grammar Rodeo. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Thank you for coming to this stream about the Obi Wan Kenobi series, everything we know about it. I hope you guys have a great one, though. Thank you for coming by the stream. Smash that like button if you enjoyed the stream. Go check us out on Twitter at Vader's Lair, on Instagram at Sheev the Wise. May the Force be with you all, and have a good night. Peace out, guys. Much love. Real quick before we get out of here, I saw... Who said it? Carlton, or the talented Mr. Griffin says he's interested in the High Republic. Haven't read anything yet, but I'm definitely planning. Hey, well, Mr. Griffin, you definitely should. The High Republic stuff is pretty interesting so far. I've gotten through the Light of the Jedi, and I'm majority of the way through the second book. I've dabbled in a little bit of the other stuff. They're fun books, man. They're fun books. I will say, if you're interested in getting into the High Republic shows and things, or into the books, stick with them, man, because especially the Light of the Jedi, the first book, it's kind of disjointed and all over the place for the first couple of chapters, but around chapter 9 it is fantastic the rest of the way. So I hope you guys enjoy your nights. I hope you enjoy the Star Wars content that we've been getting. I hope you enjoy the High Republic. If you do end up reading some of those books, I personally go with the audiobook route, but whatever suits you. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night, though, and I cannot wait for the Kenobi. See!